Hello everybody, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today in this video we'll talk about बहुत important topic, which is about default arguments and function overloading. Now let's jump to Div C++ and do it practically. My dears, this is very important topic and you have to work with. Okay, default arguments, and the second one we have function overloading, right? If function overloading was we have talked about in classes and object, oops context, but I want to talk about here as well. First of all, default arguments. What is default argument? For example, I have void function by the name of stu, or we can emp info, employee information, and I have to pause here. For example, string emp name, and as well what string prefix, emp prefix. Now what is prefix? I will tell you. Right, this was the declaration of function. Now the second thing that is important, definition of function. Let's simply copy this one and paste it here, and after semicolon you have to use block of code, because you write your body. In the body of function you write the body of function. For example, I want like this, simply cout me that your name is emp, your name, not your name. For example, I want like this. First of all, for example, I want emp prefix, after that space, and after that emp name, and endl. Now just take a look and see the result. If I want to call emp info, and after these parentheses I want to write arguments here. First of all, we have what? We have emp name. For example, emp name is James, and the prefix is, for example, he is Mr., right? Mr. Now see the result. Let's take a look, and we have an error, and the error is, now let's take a look, Mr. James. But if I have, for example, copy 3, and here I have, for example, Jack, copy Jack, Mr. Jack, and here we have Mr. Mike. Right, now see the result. We have Mr. Mike and Mr. Jack and Mr. James, no problem. But I don't want like this. I want that prefix must be default, like this. I want prefix that it must be Mr. If I write or not here, it will be Mr. Now just take a look and see the result. I want to clear here, the simple clear, and here I just write James, Jack, Mike, and emp prefix is default. Now see the beauty of this program. Take a look. Wow, Mr. James, Mr. Jack, Mr. Mike. But one thing more, my dears. If I have this, for example, emp info, and here I have, for example, one Jenny, for example. Now it's not, for example, it's not emp person, right? It's a person, but it's not man, it's woman, right? In this case I don't want Mr. In this case I want Miss. Just simply write here Miss, right? Simple, write Miss, no problem. If you want to change, you can change, but if you want to default, you can use Mr. that you see in this program. This default arguments that we talk about, it has some condition of usage. First condition, if you want to use default arguments, it must be at the end of parameters, at the end of list of parameters. Now you cannot use like this, that you here another parameters, for example emp address. Now this is an error. You have to control X from here and paste it at the end. This was the first condition. The second condition, it is that it will be in the definition of a function. Sorry, not declaration of a function, not in the definition of function, right? It can also in the definition of function, but the definition will be before what? Declaration. This was all about default arguments. I hope you didn't have any problems here. I want to comment this one and as well this one. Now the second topic, which is about function overloading, the most important topic. What is function overloading? Function overloading, whenever in a program you have some methods or some function. For example, I have two functions and the name of function are same, but its return type or parameters or change, it's called function overloading. For example, here I have function by the name of void and the function name is method what? Method 1. And method 1 has int id, for example emp id, simple. And we have also another function by the name of method 1, and here it's parameters emp name. Now look, and this is called function overloading, that you have same method, method 1 and method same function, but its parameters or change. Here we have int emp id and here we have string emp name, right? And here I want to use its definition. For example, we have first one a void and method 1, after that int emp id, and here something, for example cout me your, for example your id, and after that emp id and endl. And simple here we have not cout, sorry, void method 1, and here post string emp name, and here simple cout me what? Cout me, for example your name, here emp name pause and endl. Now see the result and see the beauty of this program, function overloading. Now if I want to call here method 1 and I write here, if I don't write something, it will give me an error, first of all, because you have to pass an arguments. But if I pass here, for example 100 and 1, now what will be the output? The output will be your ID is 1001. But if I write here what? If I write here what? James, it will print me your name is James. Wow, nice, right? Whenever the compiler see here int value, it called the first function. But if compiler see here string value, it passes the string arguments, it passes the second, right? This one. This is the beauty. If you have another, for example you have another as well, void method 1, and it pass, for example it pass int id emp id, for example emp id, wow, and as well emp name. Now in this case the difference between these and that in this function, it is that it has two parameters and it has one parameters. It has also one parameters, but it's int, it's string, and it's int in string, right? Now in this case what you have to do, for example I have here void method 1, and here we have two parameters. For example the first parameter is int emp id and the second parameter is string emp name, and simple I want to copy this one and paste it here, copy this one and paste it here, simply. Now see the result. Now if I come here and want to comment this one and call method 1, and here for example 1001 and name is James. Now see the result. It will automatically call the function that has 2 arguments. See, it will automatically call the function that has 2 arguments, 2 parameters. This is the beauty of function overloading, my dear, right? And for example, we have another program. I want to work on another program as well because it's very important, and you will face with real life example whenever you work on project. You face with these problems, right? That you need function overloading. For example, we have void sum. Here I have 3 parameters, int, and here void sum function as well, int 1 parameter, 2nd parameter, and 3rd parameter. Now the difference between this function and this function is in parameters. The function name is same, but the difference is 2 parameters it take, and it take 3 parameters. And this concept is called in C++ function overloading. Now if I want here, for example, void sum, first one, and here the second one, for example, void sum, and simple I pause here int x, int y, and simply see out what? X plus y is equal to what? X plus y. Right, and here we have 3 parameters, int x, int y, int z, right? Z, and simple see out, and not is out, see out message x plus y plus z, and is equal to x plus y plus z, and after that I want endl. Now see the result. Here we have also an endl. No need of endl, but doesn't matter, right? If I want here and call some function, and I pass 2 arguments, 10 and 20, it will automatically call the what? Call this function that has 2 arguments. But if I add here 30 as well, it means that you call 3 arguments function, right? 60. But one thing more, my dears, if I come here and call sum and just 20, if I want to print, it will give me an error because you don't have any function that has 1 parameters. If you want to add, you can also write it. This was all about for this video, my dears. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something from this video. And also, my dears, if you enjoyed the video, like the video and share it to your friends. And be sure to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, my dears. I will see you next time.